Cool.
And we're live for the third time today.
Yep. Let's one more time. So we've got the last race, and this should be a grandstand finish. The fact that they've got the guys, well, apparently Cohen and Game Boys are starting on those softs, so that's very interesting. I would have thought that the majority of the people at the back would start on mediums, as you would expect.
I think that's the tires that they chose for. I'm not quite sure. I really don't know what's going on anymore.
I wonder if Game Boys got stuck on them because of his disconnect. That's my only potential.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the end. It's just,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Relentless are a very new team. They've never been in this position. They've never been leading anything. So it'd be very interesting to see how they cope with this pressure. I think Vuta is a very accomplished driver, but the others have a mistake in them. I know that from racing with them. So they need to keep this calm. They're in a very good position, but they're not over the line yet. And just even if they get a winner out there in Vuta, or he comes in the top three, they need the others to perform, because you do back QVR to put some good points on the table.
Yeah, you definitely need that. And I mean, we are going to be looking at a pretty interesting race now. Of course, Ty's looking at it again. Not sure who's right and who's not. Think some guys probably took the wrong tire. I wouldn't even be surprised anymore. No, Noisy. I think everyone's actually starting on the right tire. I'm not quite sure about Stinson, but I think everyone else should be starting on the right one.
No, Stinson did set his lap on a medium, which I thought was very, very, very strange. But he likes Brazil. I know that to be true. So, gonna be very interesting to see how he can get on. He just needs to keep it clean. He just needs to keep it clean around that midfield and to stay in that train.
All tires are correct. Alright. Thank you, Jeff. That was needed. I wasn't quite sure about Stinson, but yeah. Looks like everyone did pick the right tires. That's great.
I think the problem with starting on those mediums is you're going to have to overcut people, and then the trains don't tend to filter out too much here, so you could very well get stuck behind 3 or 4 people in a DRS train, and that's kind of your race run.
And Game Boy is lagging again. He had the red cross for me. It's not great, and Noisy goes for a spin. He basically did a Roman Grosjean in 2016, but in the dry. And oh, who's that? There's someone else who went on for a spin. Different place, different time. Who was that? That was Noah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
I mean, Tarmo and Nathan will not be happy about this. Those tyres will be cooling off very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, also Noah and Noisy won't be happy about that with the tires. I mean, the tires are cooked now. They will not really work at the start. But for the final time, the lights are out for the QVR Invitational. Tarmo with an amazing start to get away and stay in P1. Wouter and Nathan going side by side into turn 2 and 3. But I mean, they did not have to fight. But Skyline, he's lagging. Yeah, the connection of him is not great. And IFR in the middle of the field doing a good job right now to stay there, but they need to gain 16 points in this race. Ooh, Passe has spun around. Also Game Boys.
That is awful news.
Awful news for both. Knoof going side by side with Milan.
Milan's round.
And Milan's around. Unlucky for him, but IFR is still in a pretty decent position here. But they probably won't gain too much in Game Boys. They spun around. Pretty weird position to spin. But now, Relentless looks like there's another yellow flag. That's Milan again. Second time
Wow.
that he's off on the grass. That I didn't know what to say. There's Game Boy's off again.
They need to just call these tires, these three. They need to just take their medicine.
You know, when I said that Milan was in the grass, I just mixed up gravel and grass. So first I didn't know what to say there. That's what happens when a lot of things are happening at the start. But another yellow Game Boys is just having a spin-off.
I'd just get the tires off at this point.
I mean, as Crofty's son would say, he's having a spin-off. But this time not Mazepin, this time QVR FC Game Boys. No, I mean,
I tell you what, this is very, 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 very tight in the midfield, and Stinson's doing a cracking job to just maintain where he is off that start. And I'm really excited to see how he gets on with those medium tires.
yeah, definitely. And I mean, he's got Droppier. Jesse got Droppier right behind now. He'll have to do a little bit of defending here for Stinson to keep that place right now. But for TTG, I mean, TTG has that place currently secured because Tamo is in that first place. And I mean, that gives about as many points as as Noah and Stinson will combine for. So, yeah, I mean, TTG pretty much got that place secured currently. Not trying to commentate us curse anyone, but I've done that last week in PSGL. I said there were no crashes in lap 1, everything went fine. Right when I said it, AlphaTauri goes spinning into the wall. So, yeah, I think I should keep my mouth shut on this one.
I think one of the most intriguing battles here is Skyline versus Nathan. Skyline needs to get out ahead Nathan. He needs to force him into a mistake, and there is a mistake in Nathan, as we saw in the last race. So I think QBR's title hopes really rest on Skyline making Nathan into a mistake and drop here and Kuhn getting back into this.
Yeah, I mean, the QVR guys, they were looking like the guys that probably could not get beat anyway in any way, as Kuhnbleit drops down to P12 behind Noisy. After the first 4 rounds, they were looking like they were unbeatable, or even the first 3 rounds, I should say. I mean, they looked like they would run the event and would leave no doubts here. But now Relentless, Commentless got past Simply Superman, and now Relentless 2, 3, and 4. That leaves no doubt about Relentless winning this as of now.
Yeah, absolutely, and they need Cohen to really push on those mediums, and Game Boys is into the pits, which is a very maybe listened and just wants to get on those softs and just get to the end of the race.
Doing it just like you said, he goes for the softs, so expecting him to go to the end. Noah now approaching Simply Superman around the outside. He gets the move done. Noah for IFR. Trying to get that place. No, it's not done. It's not done, but Noah stays in 7th. He's got the penalty, so he needs to get past, but now this time the run. Yeah, that was easy enough for him to get up into 6th.
This has helped.
And that did not help. Kuhnblei going for the spin. No, it wasn't. It was Droppier. No, who was it? Oh, it was Game Boys, who's a lap down now. Alright, never mind. I didn't quite see who it was, so.
And look at this buffer now that Carmentalist has. He has 2 people on the penalty behind him. And that is crucial. I mean, it probably won't be crucial, to be honest. I think they're running away with it now, but as Tamo is doing really well, we do have another spinner.
That is Game Boys. Yeah, that's a shocking race for him.
This is not the best from him. He still scored more points than Spag, who didn't turn up today, but only marginally. Nathan now is going to get Rutzer, and that was quite a choreographed move, as we have some pitters already. We had Droppier in as well, of course. But yeah, this is it's going to come to life pretty soon when these medium runners get out ahead, as we have another yellow.
The yellow flag has been caused by nothing. It's a great game, I have to say. Might have been caused by something that Game Boys ran over. And Passe, I think... No, there was a yellow flag somewhere, but that still was the same one. Passe just dropped the place to Milan. Or tried to get past him, because of course he had that incident in lap 1. Dropped down a few places, but now... Milan gets the penalty right ahead of him. So that's going to be a point gained.
Absolutely. Any more movement on these front runners? No.
You know, I mean...
Pitting.
At this point...
Oh, Carmentalist pits. I like that. I like that a lot because you've got people behind.
Simply Superman. Having a big slide coming into the pits. Nearly spinning the car, locking the brakes, but makes it in.
Okay, well this is interesting. Is Knoof has pit? Those mediums.
Kuhn and Dropier have pitted. That is going to be the interesting thing here. Because where will they come out in relation to Commentalist? Ooh, Commentalist!
Wow.
Big slide out of the pits, but he keeps it on the track. And it will be incredibly close, but I think Commentalist comes out ahead. And that basically leaves no doubt on who will win the championship here. Kuhnblei, Dropier going for the move on Knoof, kinda get it. And basically, QVR needs 2 of Relentless drivers to crash out. At least. And there goes Dropier. No, not a spin. But awfully close. Nearly spinning around there.
As we have Nathan, Noah, and IFR were very well placed, actually. It's going to be interesting to see how they
Ooh, this is going to be close. No, Nathan does not get held. I thought for a second that Noah would hold him, but... Coming out of the pits, there will not be any big thing. I think there might be Game Boys. Yeah, Game Boys is the one going down the straight right now. And Nathan comes out in P6, and he's gonna be right next to his teammate. But they won't be fighting, of course. There will be no big fight for that. But Passe might be a deciding factor for Commentalist as well, of course. He needs to get past, but as I speak about that, Noah spins around and crashes out. And now, Relentless basically has got everything secured. Because Commentalist would have needed to get past Noah now on the fresh tires. Noah also on fresh tires, so they would have needed to battle, but yeah, it's really unlucky for Noah, but that's great for Relentless.
We haven't talked much about our leader because he's been imperious and he's Samo doing really well here, and he is going to come out in an absolute shed load of air, I suspect.
He is, and I mean Tamo, I think we've mainly just overlooked him because he's been doing this race leading with a great amount of pace, and just he hasn't made any mistakes. He's done everything right so far, and I mean we've been keeping our eye on the battle of QVR and Relentless, but to be honest, I mean TTG has got, actually they haven't, but I mean, Tamo winning is going to secure them that third place in the Constructors Championship here, but that's going to be huge for them to just come back after having an awful start to the event.
Yeah, because Milan and Noah have, unfortunately, I think their races are going to impact their score too much. TTG.
Ooh, talking about it, Tamo made a mistake, and now Nathan is getting closer. Tamo nearly lost the car coming out of turn number, I think it was 10. Let's have a look. It was coming out of turn number 10 into 11. Made a little mistake. And now I think Wouter got held. in the pits.
Or Noisy makes a move on Commentalist.
Ooh, might have not, but Wouter is gonna come out right next to his teammate, and that QVR Skyline is a bit further back. Skyline is coming out right out of Stinson and to Noisy. And Stinson's got the better tires, so if Stinson gets past Bowter, that's it. That's 100% it for the championship.
Stinson could very, very, very much actually. He's not got those trains that I was talking about in front of him. There's been too many mistakes and he's been too consistent. So he's in a fantastic spot. If he can make light work of Skyline before he gets into that DRS of Valter, he needs to make this move really in the next straight. It's do or die. It's now or never. Because the moment Skyline gets onto the back of that DRS, it becomes harder and Skyline has a big twitch. This is his opportunity. He attacks straight onto the Urs. It's taken a very, very nice line through there. He's got so much more momentum. I don't think there's anything Skyline can realistically do.
Yeah, he cannot. And he's gotten past. Also, Bowter getting past Nathan. The Relentless guys are just going to be swapping around, trying to get closer to Tamo, I think, based on pace, but they'll also have to make sure to defend from Stinson, but basically, no matter what happens now, they've won it.
Yeah, and what's great to see actually is the top 5 is represented by 4 teams at the moment, which is really cool. It's a nice way to finish it off. And Stinson, though, I have to say, he's my prediction for the second place here. I think he can get it done, but what Ruta needs to do is keep Nathan in that DRS. It almost reminds me of McLaren last week at Monza. But as I say that, Nathan is just getting a little bit further back from Ruta. Yeah,
and Stinson's getting close, and I mean, Stinson, he's got the better tires. He's got everything he needs now. He's only got 20% of ERS though, but
Mentalist is struggling here. He's gonna get... Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan's got 11% and Bowser got 30, so not too much either. And Mentalist got passed by Knoof and Noisy, I think.
Yeah, great. He got passed by Noisy the last lap, and then Knoof follows through.
Nathan also lost the place to Sins now, so some place is being lost here by Relentless. Which, in fact, still does not change too much. That was a yellow flag, not sure what that was for.
I think it might have been Dropkick. I think Dropkick kind of might have lost it just slightly out there. One of those corners as we've got a big Noisy train now.
Yeah, if Noisy gets closer now, we might have a train down from P2, potentially even P1, down to P11. If Wouter and Noisy can catch up to the guys ahead. But that's still some far away ahead. Wouter needs to get a second for DRS. Yellow flag, and this time it's Dropkick.
Yeah.
Spun around, not gonna cost them too much, but Passe is approaching quickly from behind.
And Stinson up to second. He gets that move done on Ruta. Great move.
You know what? This race is definitely not over for the IFR driver. No, even though IFR is not gonna get too many points here to get TTG back, winning this race would be great for them as well to end it on a high note.
Jav says Tomo's driven amazing both races. You have to agree. Sorry, Tomo. I feel like, yeah, not very, very, very bad for him actually, because he's putting some stellar performances and just not have the rest of the team to help him. As Cohen goes into the back of car Mentalist, he gets a 3-second penalty on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna shut up about it now because Jav has also told me to stop jinxing it. It's 5 laps left, so.
Dresser all over the back of Cohen now, and I don't think he's going to get anything done here, but not over. Stinson isn't catching Tamo now though, really. He's not catching him enough anyway. I think
he is not, and just to get back to Jav for a second, I mean, I think I've done Jav too much harm before the race started already. So, I think he knows what I'm talking about. I won't mention it here, he knows it, but yeah, I'll shut up about jinxing it, but looking at the front, I mean, Stinson, he has gained a 10th so far, but he's not gotten any closer than that. And my timer screens keep just bugging around.
Yeah, it's Skyline, it's, this connection is Right at the
Terrible.
show. Yeah.
Ooh, Stinson now, 1.4, 1.3.
Wow, he's putting the pressure on, and I feel like he could get into DRS, and then it's just a case of just dragging himself along.
It definitely is, and one thing also just going to be looked at later on, but not later on, but now. Penalty situations, not going to change anything in the driver standings, but Knoof getting 6 seconds, he's going to drop back behind Kuhn, so P9 for him. Yellow flag, that's Noah. Spinning around.
Stinson.
Ooh, Dressy! Up on Kuhnblai, and he nearly loses the car after touching with Dressy, but keeps it on the track.
Poor Stinson, he's pushing too hard, he's pushing too much, he's got himself that pen, and that could cost him.
You know, just quickly, with 3 laps to go before the event ends, just to quickly say this for once. Just as we talk about all the liveries that we look in, I personally think, I'll ask you about your opinion too, but I personally think I would give the best livery award to the Relentless boys with that amazing livery with purple and black. So
I do like it. I do like it. I have to say, QVR normally have a nice livery, but theirs is pretty drab this year. I quite like IFR's. IFR's is quite cool. When you catch it from behind, it actually looks quite appealing on one or two of the cars. I'm trying to think who it is. There's one in particular. I think it might be Milan.
It's Knoof, I think, who looks it looks pretty nice for him. Also Dressy. They look pretty cool.
All the liveries are pretty cool here.
Yeah, I personally have to say I give it to Relentless just because it's not some standard blue livery. You know, yeah. I mean when I was still, IFR getting 5-second penalty, corner cutting, gained 1 place. Interesting penalty. I mean personally, I mean I've also made a livery this year for another team which I'm not part of anymore. So I think that if that would have been here, that probably would have been the best one. But that's doesn't say much. But now 2 laps to go once they cross the finish line, and Stinson's there right behind Tamo.
I think that penalty for Noah will get rescinded because it seemed to be something lag related to Skyline, believe it or not, as he is right behind. But he's got a lot of work. He's got a lot of work to do. He's got to try and pull out 3 seconds. It's not going to be feasible on this track anyway. But he might as well have a go. He might as well try and get Tamo into a mistake. See if he can get him a pen in the fairest way possible. Put the pressure on.
You know, I think 2 laps to go. Of course, I don't want to jinx anything. After also Jav told me that Jav burned his pizza watching the race. that is great, honestly. Just being passionate about watching the team succeed. As yellow flag is there, that's Noah? No, that's Milan. Spun around as well in turn 10. No, actually it's 3 corners in front of that. But that does not change much because TTG got that place secured. But now, for one final time on the straight, Stinson, even though he will not get it due to penalties, Stinson moves up to P1.
Well, I tell you what, we're 1 lap away from a team that got established in April 2021, I should say, picking up their first team-related event win in their history, and it's been great to see them grow. There's a lot of good people in there, not all of them, but they are a great bunch of people, and I'm really proud to know quite a few of them, and I'm happy for them. I know that they'll really enjoy.
Ooh, and that's Dressy. Yeah, Dressy has gone around P10. IFR's race couldn't have gone worse, but they didn't have a chance, honestly, to get that 3rd place in constructors. But yeah, the Relentless boys, I know Jeff I think I've known some of the names for about 2 years now, but yeah, I've known Relentless for like the whole time, and since they started with the team, and it's been great to. They're a great team. All the great guys are great, and now coming over the line, Samuel's gonna claim the win on penalties, and Team Relentless wins the QleenVigor Invitational, the first edition of the QleenVigor Invitational, after an amazing final day here in Hungary and Brazil.
Yeah, it's been fantastic as we just see Gay Boys racing the lad to the line. If you call that was quite amusing. And yeah, drop 8. That performance unfortunately didn't help. Passe, well done. You was an absolute passenger in your team's win there. You're lucky everyone else turned up, but that doesn't matter. You're a champion. Noah is going to come around, and yeah, I don't really understand what's happened with Skyline.
Yeah, his connections just were bad, so we'll just have to leave that out. Just we've got 2 more minutes to talk about it, then, so that's not a bad thing.
Well, that's very true. Somehow.
And yeah, for the pre-race interviews, we'll have a special guest joining the party. Who could it be other than the winning manager of Team Relentless? We'll have Joff coming in a few seconds, so if you could invite him, that would be great. But yeah, I mean, we'll get some first reactions from the boss of Team Relentless, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say about this race.
It's gonna be entertaining, put it that way. It's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't won much. He also hasn't seen Barcelona win much in the past few times, so it's gonna be a great thing for him, and it definitely is a great thing for him. I mean, you know, I had to throw that shot out against Barca there, you know.
Poor guy. He needs to cheer it up. He needs to cheer it up after having all his football team gone around. But
and now finally over. So just get him in, and then we'll finally get to hear from him. Of course, all the Relentless guys in the chat celebrating the win. Congrats to all of you. I mean, you guys did a great job in all 3 events, in all 3 races, or not 3 races. It was 6, but 3 event days. But yeah. Also, one mention that we cannot forget about today: Tamo winning both races. Incredible performances, and he got TTG 2P3 in the constructors. He was the big part for them today.
Yeah, he was massive. I think without him, they certainly would not have picked up that 3rd place. It was very, very, very clutch from him. I'm glad to see him pick up a double win. He's a very nice chap from my interactions with them at CTG. Same with Simply Superman, actually. We had a very quiet kind of 2 races, but they're the kind of points you need in your 4th driver. You know, that 3rd or 4th driver is coming in 8th or 9th. And that's kind of what TTG did. You know, they had Knoof, Noisy, and Simply Superman kind of mop up those mid-table points while Tamo picks up the win. So, fair play to them. Well done to them. And, yeah, a bit of an anti-climax in a sense. We kind of knew what was happening, didn't we? With pretty much half that race to go.
Yeah.
But it's great to see Relentless pick up their first team-related event. QVR have had enough. They've had plenty.
Yeah, now, so everyone, watching, we're just waiting for Team Relentless boss Job to join us here. So Job, if you hear this, get in. Just get an invite from Mark. So get in.
I have sent him one.
Yeah.
I have.
Get in. That is all we need.
Yeah, well, let me send another just in case, but it should be. I've done it before. I've accidentally invited people to the lobby rather than the party, but I definitely didn't do it that time. He's disappeared.
Yeah. He should be online. So, Joff, if you hear this, there he is.
Oh, here he is.
There he is, the boss.
Here he is, the
How do you feel?
Wish.com Toto Wolf.
How do you feel after your first team win?
You might have to cut that slightly short for copyright reasons. So.
Yeah, we have to. First winning and then getting QVR suspended.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. The Wish.com Toto. You've finally done it.
Nah, me and Jordan, and Knight. No, it's not just me.
Of course, of course.
The boys did it, so well proud of the boys. They managed to do it. All credit to them. I'm just here in the public eye, so all credit to them. But you know, this is what happens when QVR don't use Lewis and Yer, so you know what I mean.
The Eddie Hearn of Relentless, maybe. I should call you.
Anyway, just wanted to come in and say that. You guys did well today. Thank you for commentating. It was fun to watch.
No good. And
Gonna go
so
eat my burnt pizza.
what's on it?
It's just ham and cheese, mate. Well,
Ham and cheese.
it was ham and cheese.
No, it's not.
I hope it's not as cooked as Game Boy's tyres.
Oof. I don't think it's that bad, to be honest.
Also,
Oh,
not
dear.
as cooked as FRL's performance.
Yes,
Today.
that was cooked.
Anyway,
That was
great
cooked.
event, QVR. We enjoyed it. I think we won anyway. I might just be celebrating it now. We don't even want to fucking win on points here. Imagine just and fucking win it all. I think my math is correct. I don't fucking know. Cheers, Lenny.
We are...
Love you.
Yeah, we think you won. We think we're unless there's a massive mathematical anomaly, unless Skyline actually won both those races by 20 seconds and they appeal, which we can't rule out. We're
All
pretty sure
credit
you
to the
won.
boys. And big ups to Tamo as well. He drove 2 great races, and Stinson because of the sweat. But anyway,
Yep,
it was a
absolutely.
good couple of races there.
Yeah. I mean, how does it feel to win your first competition after only 7 months now with the team? And then winning it against such great teams.
Don't know, to be honest. just want to enjoy my pizza, to be honest. I've got nothing else to say.
Right,
Feels good.
fair.
I didn't drive,
Well,
so it must feel better for the boys.
Well, you go and enjoy your pizza.
It is, mate. Oh, I didn't hear any air horns, to be honest, Mark, so I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah. I haven't had a beer yet. I've been waiting for you to come here. So
It's in PSN, mate. I was fucking stuck here loaded for half an hour. Anyway, I'm off. Have a long
man.
day.
All right.
In a bit.
All right, then, to everyone still watching, thank you for tuning in to the QleenVigor Invitational to the first edition. I'm sure this is not going to be the last one, but make sure to follow QleenVigor on Twitter to make sure to know when another one is happening. And yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen next time, and maybe even other teams involved. That would also be interesting, but yeah, let's find out.
absolutely. It's been a pleasure, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you next time.
Yeah. See you soon.